3, 2, 1, it's showtime.
And now, your host, Sherri Shepherd.
Oh my gosh. Hey, family. Oh, man. When I tell you, John Murray, John Murray.
We were laughing behind the scenes Wednesday. We're live out of New York today, and it's gonna be a good show. You and your updo.
I know. This updo is from the mind. I know, woo-hoo, and woo-hoo. Phyllis, I do look like a background singer. But it's from the mind of our two-time Emmy-nominated hairstylist, Theo Barrett.
Yeah.
Theo Barrett. I told him, I said, I want to updo. So he took the hair that goes all the way down to my knees and did it up. I do feel like an elephant is sitting on my head, but I like the way it looks.
Don't they say the higher the hair, the closer to God?
The higher the hair, the closer to God. And Lord knows I need it. I need it. So thank you, Theo. Thank you, Jesus. All right. Yo! Oh, my gosh. This is the funniest thing to me. I was reading. Kevin Hart just hit a milestone that every parent dreads. The day your kid gets taller than you. Oh my gosh. Kevin posted a picture of him and his 17-year-old son, Hendrix, standing over him. Okay, first of all, I remember Hendrix being little, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't even believe this. So the caption said, not sure when this happened, but it happened. He's officially towering over me. Like, and this is how you know he's tall. His son got his head, he leaning down. He's leaning down, okay? I mean, you know, and this is Kevin Hart, y'all. Everybody gotta lean down when they step. I mean, I'm just like, Kevin Hart can't catch a break. Poor Kevin. His wife is taller than him. His son is taller. Even if you look closer, the two babies look like they're taller than him. Even, you know, and everybody taller than Kevin. Even me, and I'm 5'1" with my short self. I was taller than Kevin. We did a movie called Ride Along 2. I was the wedding planner, and I was taller than Kevin Hart. So it's not that hard to be taller than Kevin Hart, but I will say, it really is something different. It hits home when your kid is taller than you. All right, these kids, they grow so fast. I can relate because it seems like kids go through these phases, you know? They go through the cute phase when, you know, that cute phase when you just want to snuggle up to your babies. Then something happens, they lose their baby teeth. Then something happens, they get bigger and they get acne. Remember, you know when your kids go through that, where they got pimples looking like a pizza, pimples. And I went through that. They got pimples all over their face. Then their ears get too big for their head. It's all of these phases. I know the one phase I couldn't take it, where they go through this one phase where you look at your child and you go, damn, my child ugly. Y'all don't look at me like, oh, I can't believe you said that. Kids go through this phase. I don't know what it is. They go through this phase where you just look at your child and you like, oh my gosh. And you know it's a phase because all your child's classmates, they look ugly too, all of them. I remember there was times with my son, I'm not gonna say his name. He done told me I can't talk about him no more, so I gotta say my son, I don't say his name. But I know I looked at him, it was that phase, that ugly phase, and I said, oh, I hope you don't stay ugly. But then they go through this phase where they get cute again. And so my son, he got cute again. I was like, woo, thank you, Jesus. But they go through these growth phases, and then, you know, my grandmama used to call it a growth spurt. It was a growth spurt. So I don't know, I didn't know what a spurt was, but I know my sisters and I, we had one over the summer. So now my son, I just remember when he was little, and I was, you know, leaning over him. Now he's taller than me. I swear to God, that's when he was little, okay? And I would stand and he'd look at me, Mommy, I love you. He would look up at me. Now I stand next to this boy and I'm like, oh my gosh, what happened? Y'all take that picture down because I snuck it in. He said, don't show no. I don't want to hear his mouth. He might call me from school, but you know what? The thing that I tell my son all the time, because he tries to use that being tall, like he tries to really work it, like looking down on me, and I say the same thing. You know, I can still slap you. Don't even trip. Even if I got to jump up and stand on my tippy toes, I could slap you still. And I will. But he looks at me, Jeffrey looks at me, he looks at me, and he's got this look in his eyes because he knows I really don't mean it because I ain't got that much spring in my knees to be trying to jump up. So, Kevin, I know no matter how tall your kids get, you know what? They still will be our babies. That is the thing. It's so funny. Like you'll see like really tall dudes, like if you watch the NBA or something like that, you'll see these tall, big, tall guys, and when they go hug their mama, it is the cutest thing because their mothers are these little short women. Yeah. So oh my God, it'll be all right, Kevin, it'll be all right. There's another thing, you know, there's older women, or I don't want to call them older women, as I like to call them seasoned women, are not what they used to be. When I tell you back in the day, women in their 60s and 70s, especially in their 80s, they would sit home, they would take care of their families, they worked around the house, but they weren't comfortable back then in the day showing off their sexy side. But these days, when I tell you the seasoned ladies are something else, they are living seasoned ladies. Let me tell you something. Do not sleep on a seasoned woman. Even in our audience, with my family, the ladies in our audience, they be getting freaky. Y'all, and we get a new audience in every day, but I want to tell y'all something. Y'all should see how the audience comes in here, how the women, the seasoned women, they will come and grab Marco during the commercial breaks. When I tell you Marco gets attacked by a cougar at least 3-4 times a day. And this is what's so funny, y'all. The other day, because I'll sit in my chair during a commercial break, and I just like to watch. One woman jumped up out of her chair, she took a shot, and she danced all on Marco. When I tell you... When I tell you, she danced on Marco so hard, our head of security, Mr. Dudley, had to go unwrap her arm from around Marco. And she said to me, she said, Sherri, I saw my chance and I went and got it.
I felt violated, Sherri.
Whatever you felt, you lost your mind. Marco got this glazed look in his eyes. His shoulders slumped. He don't know how to handle no seasoned woman. That's what it is.
Sherri,
he don't know.
He started blinking, help, help,
He's
help,
telling.
help.
When I tell you, she was up. Look at them arms. Look at them hands. All over Marco. Mr. Dudley.
I'm part of the He Too movement. I'm part of the He Too movement.
He part of the He Too movement. But that's why I say, look, Mr. Dudley, our head of security, came up and she looked at Mr. Dudley. She was like, you too old. I want Marco. I tell people, that's why you have to come. You got, if you want the energy of our show, come and visit the Sherri Show because you don't get this when you're sitting at home. You really don't. When I say, and so That was so funny to me because I've been seeing a lot of headlines of some seasoned actresses who are very open about their romantic lives. So Fran Drescher, who's 67 years old, she recently admitted that she has a rotating roster of friends with benefits. Okay? Then, let me tell you, then three-time Oscar nominee Diane Cannon, she's 88. She said she has not one but several special people in her life. And she also called them friends with benefits. And then actress Lorraine Bracco, who's 70, told AARP magazine, she told AARP, I love it. AARP found Lorraine, because they will find you, what I'm telling you. She told AARP that she is on the hunt for a man, and she said, and she wants him to be rock steady. That's what she said. So I was reading this, and some of my young staff members, they was like, oh my gosh. And I said, bravo, ladies. Because let me tell you something. This is what I love about these seasoned ladies. Life is short, okay? All three of these women have done the marital thing before, and now they want to enjoy this chapter of their life. I love the fact that they're having special friends with benefits. Because here's the thing, their biological clocks are no longer ticking, all right? They sold those clocks at the last garage sale, all right? They're not worried about all the stuff the young women worry about. The stuff young women prioritize is not on a seasoned woman's mind, okay? Young women, they got it all mapped out. They got to get the ring, they got to get married, they got to have the 2.5 kids and the dog. When you get to be this age, you're like, take that dog, go on with these kids. Take them kids. Like, seasoned women have been there already. They have done that. They have made their way in life, you know? And so all of those people, seasoned women like being alone. They love being with themselves. You know, it's like being okay. Seasoned women, what I love about seasoned women, you get to call the shots on who you want to invite over to your place. And then, that's the perk. And then when you done, you get to call the shots on when you want them to leave. Let me tell you something. You get to call the shots. These young girls, y'all like, oh, how do we move in together? Do we know? A seasoned woman's like, look, I'll make you some breakfast, but you got to go. Like, what's going on? You got to go. At this age, I love it. At this age, you get to say what you want. You get to stand on the word no. I said no, nothing else. I said no. I love it. At this age, you get to be cranky. It's so many perks, and I love this for them. I applaud these ladies because they're like, I'm not trying to go with you all night. I'm not trying that. Like, I just need a little something while the Matlock commercial is on.
Not my Matlock.
Matlock, yeah. I need you. Look, no, you can't drive my car. Gone. You know. And this, I also love this because these ladies are really doing what our grandmothers wanted to do. And because I bet you, if you talk to your grandmother, she'll be like, you know what? It was great with my husband, Stanley. I love my grandchildren. I like the word Stanley. I love Stanley. I love my grandchildren. I love my children. It was great. But I feel like our grandmothers, they had hopes and dreams. They had things that they wanted to do that they put on hold for us because they wanted dreams to come true for us. So a lot of our grandparents, and I'm speaking specifically about grandmothers, they made a lot of sacrifices and they put themselves, on the back burner. But I love that these ladies are making it up for them. I love that. I love that because in a different time, this would have been different for these three ladies. And I love that they're living our grandmother's wildest dreams. Yeah. And I know this because I know my grandmother, Mary Shepherd. I know my grandmother was tired of taking care of her husband, Bill. She came in, and I love my granddaddy. My grandmother came in, made that food every day. She made sure that everything was taken care of. It fell on my grandmother, Mary. And I think about it, she was always very, very funny. But she didn't have the opportunities that I had because she was taking care of so many people. So I'm living her dream. So I love the fact that when I get to that seasoned age of my grandmother, I'm going to really be living my dream for you, grandmother. Don't even. I'm gonna live that dream for you, grandmother. Y'all, we got a great show for you today. Up next, my friend Malcolm-Jamal Warner is here. Sherri will be right back. Let me tell you something. My first guest is a grown man, but we will always love and remember him as Theo Huxtable on The Cosby Show. You know, we can't get away from it. Now he's playing a chief inspector on season 3 of Alert, Missing Persons Unit. And he started an incredible podcast, Not All Hood, and it talks about the Black experience in America. Please welcome Malcolm-Jamal Warner.
Just for the record, that never gets old. So thank you.
And I love it, but like when you come out, ever somebody say, "Hey, Theo,"
that gets old.
But you know, when you walk out and you see it, you strike a chord within hearts. How does that feel?
You know what? My experience, coming out the box on that show, that had such it wasn't just like the #1 show in the world. It was a show that had such an impact on the world,
absolutely,
on white America, on Black America, and that's something that I will always be proud of being associated with.
Yeah, and also I think it is. Something like The Cosby Show, we grew up with you and the life lessons that you went through, I went through, and what we're going through in this world today, it's the joy that we felt at watching that show and watching you, Malcolm. It is. It's like a nostalgia of a good time.
And goodness.
And goodness,
right,
absolutely, of love.
So I watched the show. I introduced my daughter to the show. I think she was like 4 or so.
Yeah.
So like she recognized me. Like she'd be like, "Oh, that's Papa. Where's Rudy?" So for like the first year or so, she would call The Cosby Show Rudy's Family.
Oh, I love it.
Because that was her reference. But being able to watch that show with my daughter was just really surreal. Because I remember, Mr. Cosby's intent was for this show to be timeless.
Yes.
And he would say, let's not use this particular slang. I'm a teenager. I want to use the slang that we're using, fresh or whatever. And he was like, let's not use this slang because that's going to date the show. Let's make up our own slang because in 25, 30 years, when people are still watching the show, I want the show to still be relevant.
And it is still relevant to this
day. So I watch with my daughter, and I go, this show is still relevant.
It's still relevant. I still use some of the same examples with my son,
who
acts like you now that you used to act like a while ago. But it did mean something to me, the show. And I'm looking at you, you bright yellow, which is joy. But I love you. I love the way it says Black History. Wait, Black History, more than a month.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes. So with our podcast, it's Not All Hood. We took it upon ourselves. So remember at the beginning of the year, there was this hoopla about, Black History Month being canceled, Juneteenth being canceled. So we were like, well, first of all, we're like, thank you for the reminder that we don't need anyone's permission to celebrate Black History Month.
That's right. Absolutely.
And since we always complain about Black History Month being the shortest month of the year,
February,
what we decided to do was take it upon ourselves to celebrate Black History Month 12 times a year.
Yeah.
So every month, the yellow represents April, but every month of a different color. You can go. So if you don't know the website,
it's called
the podcast not all hood.
And it's playing everywhere.
And
I love this.
Yeah, so wherever you listen to podcasts, you can check us out. And we deal with like just all aspects of the Black community. 'Cause
Okay.
oftentimes when we refer to the Black community, we refer to it as if it's a monolith. But there's so many different lanes to the Black community.
And layers of
And layers,
Blackness.
yeah. So we cover all of that. But all that to say, I brought you.
Oh, you brought me one. Thank you. I was like, I know you didn't.
Yes.
I know you didn't come and not bring me one.
And just for the record, so I've been doing this my whole life, obviously. You're the second person I've ever brought a gift to.
Really?
Yeah.
See?
I brought the first time I brought a gift to Arsenio Hall. My mom made some cookies.
Really?
And I brought Arsenio some of Mom's cookies.
Okay, well, not that I wouldn't have liked the cookies, but I do love my T-shirt. I love this, and you know, because, okay, I listen to your podcast. I love it, Not All Hood. I cannot believe you were talking on the podcast that you didn't know that catfish is eaten with spaghetti. Now, I know that's fettuccine Alfredo, okay?
I thought that was me for a second.
No,
okay.
no, we couldn't find a spaghetti picture. But you didn't know that catfish was eaten with spaghetti, Malcolm. In Chicago,
Thank you.
we eat catfish with spaghetti. And I love it because we're not all monolithic.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we do it with spaghetti. Like, I love the fun aspects of the show as well.
Sure.
So so that's the one thing. I'm going to make you some catfish with some spaghetti. You
know,
give me my T-shirt,
look,
I'm making you some catfish with spaghetti.
As long as it's got hot sauce.
I'm going to put the hot sauce
we're good.
in it. I'm going to put the hot sauce.
You gonna make the spaghetti wearing the T-shirt?
I will wear the T-shirt. I'm going to post it. You know, you be asking for a lot, Malcolm, but I'm going to do it. I love you, and I'm gonna do it. But you know, and you talk about this experience, and you know, you're inspired by others. You inspire me, and I know that Felicia Rashad was here. Felicia Rashad was here just a little bit ago. And when I tell you I was sitting across from her, I was in awe of Felicia Rashad. I try to soak up all the wisdom I can when I'm around her. Does somebody like her, does she give you advice still?
You know, it's funny you ask, because I called Felicia, this a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
And I was kind of going through a period that I was having a struggle with hopelessness.
Oh, okay.
And it was just really, you know, the world is just in a dark place.
Yeah.
And I called Felicia, and I just asked her, you know, Felicia, you seem to, you know, she's always grounded and always centered. So I said, you know, how do you deal with hopelessness? And she said, baby, baby, you just have to, I just have to remember that we've been here before, right? She said, all this that we're going through, we've been through some version of it. She said, the light and the dark have to coexist. They always have, they always will. You can't have the light without the dark.
Wow.
And that really put things into perspective for me. So I may still have those bouts with hopelessness every now and then, but they're shorter.
Okay.
Because I remember that.
Right.
You know,
And
the necessity of the light and the dark.
And it's really nice that you could call Felicia up to get that wisdom that she's learned over the years.
Yeah.
To get it from
well,
her.
we spend a lot of our lives together, so
Yeah.
So there is a sense of our growing up together, right? In terms of the wisdom that she's amassed, you know, as I've grown up. So we've all, I mean, all of us, like, even though we may not talk all the time, but we all have such a strong bond.
Yeah.
Because we had an experience that only
you had, absolutely.
Yeah.
And shared it with us so much. And this is what I love about you, because a lot of times child actors, it's hard for them to, you know, bridge that gap. Not only have you bridged that gap, you've been working nonstop, Malcolm. Now I'm looking at you and I was like, oh gosh, you on alert missing persons unit. And it's season
3.
Season 3.
Yeah, season 3.
Season 3. Like, and you brought us a clip. Let's take a look at the clip. Oh! I love that thing that you do. You know, I love that thing no matter what role you play. When you get serious, just that thing, your nostrils flare a little bit. It's that thing like, Malcolm, you're not playing around. Like, now, you know, this character, now you're a detective. You like playing a detective?
Yeah, I find out that I love playing authority figures.
Ah.
Right, so in The Resident, you know, Dr. Austin was she was authoritative
Yes.
all day long. And I loved being Detective Bill Houston because he's like he's a supervisor. He's the father that the missing persons unit didn't know they needed.
Right, and that's, you know what? I congratulate you because you have done so many things, and you still inspire us. I thank you for my T-shirt, and Malcolm, thank you so much for just being here. I love it when you come.
Thank you. Thank you.
You always educate. But Malcolm always educating everybody. Y'all, I want you to check out Malcolm's podcast, Not All Hood or Nah, and watch Alert Missing Persons Unit Tuesdays at 9 on Fox. And up next, entrepreneur and community advocate TeeJ Mercer is here. Malcolm-Jamal Warner. Sherri will be right back. Boss! Oh my gosh, boss is the perfect word to describe my next guest. Now, she's an author, an award-winning TV editor and producer, and the founder of an organization that is so near and dear to my heart, Move-In Day Mafia. It helps kids raised in foster care transition comfortably into college life at an HBCU. Please welcome my very dear friend, TeeJ Mercer. TeeJ. I need for you to tell everybody about Move-In Day Mafia. How did it start?
So I had just moved to Atlanta in 2020 during the pandemic.
Yes.
And I'm an extrovert, and I was, a little bottled down, you know. And I'm also a graduate of the Howard University.
Yes,
So HBCU culture is in my blood.
Yes.
And when I saw that graduations were getting canceled because of the pandemic, I asked God to show me what I can do. And we created HBCU Bingo.
Right.
Where we raised over $1 million in less than 4 weeks in cash and prizes. And we gave it away in epic bingo games to the 2020 grads of HBCUs.
Yes.
That started getting traction.
Yes.
And we ended up doing an interview where I learned that one of my students, who was one of my grads, actually, when she went to her HBCU, she had aged out of foster care, and her social worker drove her to campus, pulled up to the curb, and just left her.
With nothing.
To figure it out. And that hurt, Ashante Rowe. And that hurt. And I wanted to make sure that never happened. So I made a call out to my people, my volunteers, like, I need help. This is what we're gonna do. And Move-In Day Mafia was born in 2022.
Oh my goodness, Sherri. I think, because I didn't go to college, so I didn't understand why it was important to make the students' rooms feel like home and care packages and taking care of them.
Yeah.
Like, you get to go to college, you're immersed in it. Why is that important?
So imagine Move-In Day. This was not my experience when I went to Howard. My mother worked 16 hours a day. She here, hey, Ma.
Oh, hey, Mama. Hey, Mama.
She worked 16 hours a day to put me through Howard, right?
Right.
And still, on Move-In Day, I had everything possible that I need. But imagine that you're showing up to college. On one side of the room is a whole family that have gone shopping and just bought everything. And then on the other side of the room is a scholar with one suitcase, if that. I've had scholars tell us, can y'all just help us with sheets? Can you help us with food? Because ordinarily, they're just showing up by themselves, and they've already beat the odds. 70% of kids in foster care dream of college. 3% go, and only 1% graduate. So Move-In Day Mafia is making sure that we're consistent in how we show up. And actually, Move-In Day, we don't just stop there. Every single month for 4 years, which is why, we need so much money, for 4 years, we're sending them the things that they're asking for. We don't just send them, say, hey, this is what we're just gonna give you, be happy. They get to fill out forms and walk into a customized dorm room done by Nikki Klug Design Group, who's here. Hey, Nikki.
Edna Nikki. Nikki.
But she is a designer that designs all their rooms. So we are very intentional, Sherri, on how we treat these scholars to get them to graduation.
To get them to the finish line. Now, I just have to say in all transparency, I am a part of Move-In Day Mafia family. And Because it touched my heart so much that I said, when I do game shows, I play for your organization.
Absolutely.
That is the charity of my choice. And I did Celebrity Jeopardy. I'm sorry I only won $75. That's not my forte. I got on there because I knew that Move-In Day Mafia needed money. And I got on there, and I don't care what I look like. I wanted to win you some money. I'm sorry, it was $75, but...
Well, you know what, Sherri? Let me tell you this, because you're always making sure you give people flowers, but I need to take this moment,
I don't want
friend,
no flowers. This is
But
for you.
I need to tell this moment of people knowing we knew you were going to take a hit on Celebrity Jeopardy, because it's just not your thing.
Damn!
Okay, that's a friend-to-friend talk. Wait, that's a friend-to-friend talk, right? So we knew that, you know, you might not do that well. 'Cause that's once again, that's the friend-to-friend talk.
I know that's right.
But you were willing to do that because you knew you being there would get us 30,000. So you were willing to do that. And I want to say thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Anytime I could do it. Now, you know, we knew you wasn't gonna take it. You know we friends.
No,
you know we friends.
This is what we got, almost 30 years of friendship going.
Absolutely. Now, as a way to continue to support Move-In Day Mafia, I'm very honored to serve as the honorary chair for Move-In Day Mafia. But it's just, it grows every year.
Yeah.
Like, how many students have you helped so far? And what's in store for their future?
Oh my gosh.
For your future.
With the help of volunteers and donors, you know, a lot of our volunteers are here. We have moved in, yes, I couldn't do it without them. We have moved in 84 scholars at 21 HBCUs so far.
Yes.
Yes.
And I love it, you know, because somebody has said, you said that you aspire to be somebody's answered prayer.
Yeah.
You know, what does that mean to you?
So I decided, you know, I came out of Hollywood, and what people didn't know was that while I was being holding it down in Hollywood, I was being held down in my own home. I was married to, you know, I was married to an abusive man who almost killed me several times. And when I got out of that, I resolved that as a storyteller, I needed my tombstone to say, here lies a woman who was somebody's answered prayer. Yes. So everything that I do is designed to create that ending. And I have always described it, you know, for, you know, women over 40 who are, you know, scared that they're stuck in a rut. You are going to zigzag your way to the finish line. It is not a straight shot. And be willing to go this way, oh, I made a mistake. Go that way, oh, I made a mistake. As long as you know what your end game is, you're gonna be all right.
You're gonna be all right. Well, you know, just saying that, because people don't understand the circumstances that you went through being in an abusive relationship, leaving Hollywood. I was there when God told you to leave being an editor of big projects to go and do this.
Yeah.
Well, we got some people who would like to thank you for answering their prayers. Take a look.
Okay.
Having a consistent, loving support system throughout college has been truly invaluable. That's exactly what the Mafia did.
I'm very thankful for my care packages. It's helped me get through the year.
I found my value in the overwhelming support that she has shown me, and through that support, I am encouraged to never settle for anything but the best.
Without Move-In Day Mafia, I'm like where I would be. It definitely takes the stress off of me paying for toiletries, tissue, buying a blender, buying the things and the necessities that I need. When Move-In Day Mafia is there for me just to focus on mainly passing my classes and getting my college degree.
The makeover she did for my room was amazing. That was something I didn't really have growing up, just based off of the fact that I was homeless a lot throughout my years of youth.
Not only did you guys give my room a makeover, but you made it feel like home. I'm so happy for you, Auntie TeeJ.
Thank you for the hugs, the heartfelt check-in.
Thank you for choosing me. Thank you for supporting me.
Thank you, Auntie TeeJ.
Thank you, Auntie TeeJ.
Thank you, Auntie. I love you, and you deserve this moment.
You got me.
You know what I say? It's so funny because, and I share this, there was a time you were pregnant. I was with you, and you had a miscarriage. And you said, I want children. I want children. So to hear your children say this, TeeJ, what does that mean for you?
I can't talk because you got me. To know that these babies are thriving. Like, you don't know the the heart of seeing a kid love the room that Nikki designed, but it's when you show them that you've bought them their favorite maxi pads. Things that we take for granted. These kids, Kit Kats, I had one baby totally scream her head off because we paid attention to her favorite candy. And to know that the work that we're doing, the monthly contributions that are helping these kids focus and do other things. My babies are interning at Chase, Capitol Hill, the Tennessee Lottery. Like, they are winning because we take care of them.
Well, TeeJ Mercer, my friend, I love you so much. I want to say thank you for being here. Y'all, for more info on Move-In Day Mafia and to get TeeJ's new book, go to sherryshowtv.com. And up next, a 7-year-old whose modeling video has over 12 million views. Keep it right here. TeeJ Mercer from Move-In Day Mafia. Sherri will be right back. My next guest is a 7-year-old girl whose video of her fierce runway walk got over 12 million views and even caught the attention of Naomi Campbell. Please welcome Montana Monroe Jenkins. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Let me tell you something, Miss Montana. 7 years old you are, and you are already owning that runway. Oh my goodness. So I need to know, did you always want to be a model?
Yes, ever since I got to put on my Disney play shoes and walk around my house. And I love watching runway videos on YouTube.
You do?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, now your video got over 12 million views. That's a lot of people who watch your video. So how does that feel knowing so many people loved your video?
I was shocked when my mom told me I had so many butterflies in my stomach.
You did?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And I remember watching your video and I was looking at the comments and I saw that Naomi Campbell, she commented on your video. Like, she said, beautiful, adorable. She had all kinds of comments. Like, what did you think about Naomi Campbell making comments?
She's so famous, I didn't ever think she would see my videos. It made me really happy.
It did? Oh. Look at you. When I tell you, baby, I love it. You are serving, even serving the tears. Beautiful. Like. Now, I just got to ask your mother a question because your mom, Prudence, is here in the audience. Prudence, hey, mama. Like, Prudence. Like, when did you know, because, you know, the kids they gotta have the little it factor. When did you know your daughter, Montana, had the it factor?
When she turned my house into her own personal runway. She would not stop walking in them Disney shoes and Disney dresses up and down the hallway. It was bedtime and she was still walking.
She was still walking?
She would go to sleep in those shoes and them Disney dresses.
Oh my gosh. And now, Miss Montana, you are walking Brooklyn's Fashion Week next week. Oh my gosh. So now you're walking the Fashion Week. Are you excited?
Yes, I'm really excited to walk with my model sisters for Toshi Couture. He has great designs, like this dress he made for me.
All right, he made that dress for you?
Yes.
And you are wearing it so well. Oh my gosh. So when you walk in Brooklyn Fashion Week, what are you most looking forward to when you walk?
Like, I'm most looking forward to everybody cheering for me, saying, woo, go.
I see you as a model right now, but I know, like, are there any things that you do for fun?
When I'm not modeling or on set, I love to play in my backyard.
Oh, really?
I like to jump on my trampoline, go on my swings, ride my bike, and I also like to play dress up with my dolls.
Oh my goodness, I love it. Do we see a future actress here? Oh, I tell you. Okay, I love this. All right, now, so do you ever, like, use the runway at school? Like, do you use the school hallways when you do your runway walk?
Yes, I just can't turn it off because I love modeling.
You just love modeling so much.
Yes.
Okay, well, I cannot let you leave Montana without you showing me how to do your signature runway walk. Will you show me how to do that?
Of course, I got you.
Okay. So show me, what do we have to do?
First, I'm gonna do it, and then we're gonna do it together.
Okay, you do it, and I'm gonna watch, okay.
First, a model's job is to sell the clothes.
Sell the clothes.
One hand on hip. We're gonna call this the Naomi walk.
The Naomi walk.
Then walk. Turn. Step out. Look back. Go in a circle. Do another pose to the camera.
Oh my God.
And then cross over. Look back. And then walk. Now let's do it together.
Okay.
First, a model's job is to what?
The face right here.
To sell the clothes.
To sell the clothes, okay.
One hand on hip.
One hand on hip.
Serious.
All right.
We're gonna call this the Naomi walk.
Naomi, all right, let's go.
Then walk. Turn over. Step out. You got this, Miss Sherri. Look back.
Thank you for teaching me how to model. You keep doing it. Go out there and do it again. I reached out to my friends at Toys R Us, and they are giving you a $500 gift card and their Journey Girls fashion dolls, so that every Toys R Us location in Macy's around the country. You know what? I want you to enjoy them. Good luck, Montana. We'll be right back, y'all. Woo! Sherri will be right back. Tomorrow, Michael B. Jordan and the cast of the new movie Sinners will be here. So join us then for the best time in daytime. Bye-bye.